A serial killer is a person who murders 3 or more people, but with a significant amount of time between each kill, referred to as a cooling-off period. Usually, a serial killer will gain gratification from their act, and killings often follow abuse and/or torture, as in the case of Fred West, born 29th of September 1941. Fred preyed on young, vulnerable girls, including his own children, who were brought up in a house of abuse and psychological torment.
Fred West suffered from serious head injuries following a motorcycle accident when he was 17. Following this accident, Fred West had a metal plate inserted into his head, a factor which many experts say could have affected his impulse control, as his subsequent behaviour became more erratic and even led to him being arrested for various petty crimes.
Hedonistic serial killers are those that seek sexual gratification and see that as their ultimate goal. These lust killers will only stop when the victim is no longer available or when sex is no longer important. Fred West would be considered to be a hedonistic serial killer, as he clearly had a specific victim, which was evident throughout all of the murders that he committed. For men, this is often based on sexual fetish, which is visual. A sexual component is usually important, and for Fred West, the ideal victim was a young female who he would molest and then murder.
I looked around everywhere trying to find a knife or something. I mean, I looked at the axe. I had a axe chopped, and there's no way I could touch her with it. Not that case or with anything like that. I just couldn't do it. So I looked up and I see this knife sticking out. It got like 2 prongs on the end, 2 sharp points comes out on the end of him, and then it got big serrated edges all along it. You saw blocks of ice with. And I got that, and I tried it with the big ones first, and it was terrible. I'm sweating, I'm just about everything's going on this time. So I finally managed to do it, to take her head off, and then her legs, and it was unbearable. I mean, I can hear that now in my sleep. I wake up very often screaming when I can hear that go in.
Paul Britton, a forensic psychologist, describes how West would have found more pleasure in the powerful and controlling actions that he took than anything else, indicating that West was an intense fantasist. Whether fantasy or not, it's uncertain, but West's description of his childhood fits perfectly with the motivational, fantasy-based psychological model. After describing how his father sexually abused his sisters and even taught him bestiality, West also claimed that his mother molested him from the age of 12. This inappropriate idea of West's may have created attachment difficulties and sexual fantasies with which to nurture himself, where his power was at the forefront. Over time, these fantasies would grow until certain events would lead to them becoming his reality. It was at the age of 20 that his fantasy would begin to really influence his world as he molested his first young girl, the precipice for what was to come.
Fred West liked to gain power and control over every aspect of his life, right up until the point of his arrest. He toyed with detectives about the location of the bodies of his victims, and he knew that without his guidance they would not be discovered. He manipulated situations to suit his needs, and he remained, in his opinion, in control right up until the point of his suicide. He never reached the trial for his crimes because on New Year's Day in 1995, Fred hung himself. It could be suggested that this was his intention, a final act to cause pain on those who did not receive answers about their missing relatives.